Okay, I had a rough night last night, but I just want to know which one of y'all called them people on Peach McIntyre. Who called CPS on Peach? Y'all, money getters, what's good, guys? Ooh, 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 ooh. Wait a minute. Nuh-uh, not it's a stick up hard rock. Give it up. Why y'all call them people on Peach? Y'all, I can't say I didn't see this coming. She was acting a fool. Didn't we say this was coming and Peach didn't quit acting up? I said it. I said that they was gonna call those people on her if she didn't quit cutting up on social media. And it looks like I was right, unfortunately. Yeah? What's good, Dr. Will? Y'all, they done called the people on P. The sheriff and CPS is at P's house. I guess she's paying. Ooh, let me get my child. Let me slow down. I guess she is playing the videos for them people.
At the Lakewood Ranch Library. Starting my live stream had probably been live for about 2 or 3 minutes. My husband calls, I decline. Calls again, I decline. Calls again, I tell Gregory McKay, text your dad. Calls again, I say, let me get off live and just see. He said, CPS at our house. So now I gotta leave here from work, go home. This is what people always do to me. They get upset with the way I behave on social media, what I say on social media, and then they call Child Protective Services on me. People weaponize Child Protective Services to retaliate against me, and they let them. All right, Peach Patch. So y'all called Child Protective Services on me again. Can't wait to hear what the allegations are. Manatee County Sheriffs. All right, Peach Patch. For those of you who aren't familiar with Child Protective Services, they'll always show up in like a car like this. And then you can kind of look at their tags. If the tag is yellow, my fellow, most likely a state Child Protective Services worker. So, Peach Patch, I was just at the lake.
Peach, if you know that people are weaponizing child protective services against you, why wouldn't you get ahead of it and quit cutting up? Is social media worth it? Is it worth it putting your children through this? Like, get your act together. This isn't happening to anybody else but you. You have child protective services at your house more than you read to your children. This is going to be a core memory for the Underwoods. Money getters, what's up? Who do you think called CPS on Peach McIntyre? This is crazy. I told you guys this was going to happen yesterday, that if she didn't quit cutting up on social media, there would be repercussions for her behavior. While I did agree with her, I didn't like how um feeding empty little tummies. I didn't like their approach. However, I also disagreed with how Peach went about expressing her frustrations. It was given very much um, a lack of maturity. It was given very much um, zero emotional intelligence. Just Uh, let me check the traps. Who's in here with me? Karen, what's good? How are you doing today, my love? It's Tuesday. I've already had a day. I was sitting at Stater Brothers, y'all. I need a chai tea. I need a something. There's so much drama in the LBC. Kind of hard being MMG, y'all. Cardi and Nikki acting up. Peach acting up. The whole world's acting up. We didn't get any videos from Jessica today. Somebody called, somebody from that school called, because think about it, Karen, think about it. If you are watching the videos, and then I'm sure many people sent Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy, and they also sent Jessica those videos. I'm sure once they saw them, they probably said, We got to, I mean, they're mandated reporters. The school, teachers, principals, they are mandated reporters. And if they feel that children may be being put in harm's way, they have to make a report. It's not up for debate. If they feel like, okay, if I seen that mom, if I'm a teacher, if I'm a principal, I'm just being honest. I'm not here to be malicious, or I'm not here to embellish anything. If I'm a lay person, right? I know that me, money getters, we watch Peach all the time. We know she cuts up like this for content and to make a bag. We know this. But those people at Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy, they don't know this about Peach. They get wind of her cutting up like that. The children aren't doing so well in school, and they think, and for them, that spells it's a problem. What's going on in the home? What's going on in the home? Why is Peach like she's protesting too much? Like, why do you want us to give this food to your kids? What's really going on, right? Hey, Crystal, what's good? It is evening for some of you, right? It's only it's only 3 in the afternoon for me. You think she called on herself because she's running out of content factor? You know what? When you admit, when you openly admit stuff like this, then it makes people wonder. She admitted herself that she used to call CPS on herself when she needed help with childcare and things like that. She even bragged about it and told the PPAC how they would call CPS on themselves. I have never heard no BS like this in my life. Let me know. Have you guys ever heard about anybody calling CPS on themselves? Like, I know the people, I know instances of people calling and saying, hey, I can't handle my children, you need to come get me. And guess what happened? They didn't get those kids back. If you call CPS where I'm from, and you get to talking about, I can't handle my children, I need some help, they're not going to give you no dog on child care. They're going to come, pick those children up, and send them off to the foster care. And you will never get those children back because they will never touch the kids from you. Hey, Yasin, how you doing today? Hey, Tammy. Yes, you can be so draining. Definitely. Here's another
So now we're going to get into the allegations, my favorite part.
So I'm gonna break down the allegations because that is part of it. So if it's
Okay, thank you. All right, Peach Patch. Now, every visit they ask to take photos to put in your file. All right, Peach Patch. Now we're going to get into the allegations, my favorite part.
Well, you didn't let us know the allegations. What were the allegations? Okay? What were the allegations, Peach? I'm sorry, is my volume better now? Could you hear it? Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. I'll play it again, guys.
So I'm gonna break down the allegations because that is part of it. So if it's
Okay, thank you. All right, Peach Patch. Now, every visit they ask to take photos to put in your file. All right, Peach Patch. Now we're going to get into the allegations, my favorite part.
So, what were the allegations? Like, she won't let us know what the allegations were. And Wood, why did you have to hurry up and call Peach to come?
I'm gonna break down the allegations.
Why did you have to call Peach to handle everything? You can't handle anything on your own. She's at home. She's at home. I had to get up on here. I was just actually getting ready to take a nap for my live later. I got a great live for us later. You guys are really gonna love it. I'm gonna do it hopefully at 6 p.m. if I can get a little nappy nap in. I've been burning the candle at both ends getting this content out for you guys. I hope you guys are watching it. I hope you guys are loving it, liking it, sharing it, commenting, and all of the things. Listen, now you guys are able to join, you're able to become an official money getter. Okay, you can join my community. It's only like $2.99, I think. I have like 2 different tiers. You guys can go to my profile, find out all about that. I think you can click right here and somewhere in here in this live too and become a member. I have cute little emojis. I'll be offering special lives, special shorts for my community, and other great things that you do not want to miss out on. So, yeah, you guys can super chat all of that if you feel so inclined and you want to support the channel. I appreciate the money getters who have already super chatted, the money getters who have already joined and became a member. You guys are the best. But yeah, so I have a special live planned for you guys later. However, I did see, uh, somebody let off the bat signal. CPS is at Peach House. CPS is at Peach House. I am not shocked. I am surprised that they weren't coming to arrest her. I'm surprised she still has social media to upload videos on. I'm thinking that sometime this week. I'm thinking, and again, I hate to say these things because when you say things like that, it really gives that you're wishing bad on someone. Not the case. I'm just I'm just an astute person with discernment, and when I see something, I can feel it coming, right? And Peach watches us. She gets wind of the videos, and I feel like sometimes when I say something, sometimes other creators they may expand upon it, and it just gets out there, and it gets back to her, right? So in my mind, I'm like I'm doing my sister a solid because I know how much people don't like her, but and I don't either. I'm one of those people. I'm people. But at the same time, I feel like, girl, like you need help. You need help. Um, you need a cleanse. You need a exorcism. You need some rest. You need like a whole week of sleep. Those eyes look tired. You look weary. You look like you just had enough of life. And I feel like if you want to be around for your children, if you want to be the best Peach that you can be, if you want to stop being mad at the world. When I look at Peach, I look at somebody who's miserable and mad at the world, and she's miserable with how her life turned out. She says she loves her husband and she loves her kids. And I feel like she do, but really I feel like as well, if she had another choice, if she could have did things a different way, she would have, you know. Hey Janet, how are you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Hey Silver, I like that name, Silver. Why is she still allowed in the library? I don't know because I know that, there have been some who have called the library on her. I know people have been ringing the phone off the hook down to the Lakewood Ranch Preparatory Academy and down to the Feeding Empty Little Tummies nonprofit organization. I know that their phone has been ringing and ringing. I know that their emails are blowing up and all of that with supporters of Peach and Peach haters, both alike, right? I know that these people are like, what in the world? Because Peach likes to think that she is famous, but she's only internet famous. People in the real world don't know who Peach is. That's one thing. Peach Patch know who you are. Peach Patch know that you take your kids to Disneyland and you buy them a bunch of junk food and a bunch of sugary candy and salty foods and things like that. But people don't know who you are. Them people in Lakewood Ranch could give a dog own about a Peach McIntyre. As she found out. As she found out. Hey M3, how are you, my love? Thanks for tuning in. M3 is one of the official money getters. She was one of the first to sign up and join in the money getters. Peach may be acting out for help. I think somebody mentioned this yesterday. Like if you have a thyroid issue, and Peach has such a huge thyroid, right? Guys, I had a biopsy on my thyroid this Friday. It was a tiny little procedure. I was so scared because they have to get right next to your carotid artery. So I was like, oh my God, what if he like, but the needle is so small. So if you ever have to do this, don't be scared. Say your prayers, put it in God's hand, go take care of yourself. And I just thought about Peach McIntyre and how You can't even tell that I have a nodule on my thyroid, but my doctor wanted to biopsy and make sure that I was good. So I can't understand why her doctor would allow something to that large to remain on her thyroid. I can only I'm not her doctor. I'm not her physician. This is my opinion. I can only imagine that Peach has disregarded doctor's orders, or she said to herself, or the doctor may have said, well, we can take it out, but right now it's not cancerous. So since it's not bothering you, because my doctor said to me, he said we can monitor it, but I because of the size and my like I said, my nodule, and if you start getting into your 40s and 50s, things like that, as you age, it's just one of those things that happen. You can develop nodules on your thyroid, and most of the time it is not cancerous, right? However, when they grow and start getting bigger, then they get concerned with it. And I have several on my thyroid, but the majority of them are like very, very small. But I had a couple that were a little bigger, and my doctor said he wanted to make sure that they were all benign. So I did that. But when you have a large goiter the size of peaches, right? They want to get take that out because it can present issues later, like it can give you breathing issues, it can be a choking hazard, and just think about it, her thyroid may not be functioning as it should be. She's overweight. um, Her behavior is kind of erratic, right? And a lot of that may be due to her thyroid not functioning the way that it should. My thyroid is functioning as it should. My doctor told me, because I just wanted a reason. I wanted an excuse for my craziness, honey. I needed an excuse to explain why your girl is a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But my doctor said, I'm going to tell you right now, whatever's going on with you is something else because your thyroid is good. So I was like, okay, okay. I don't have any reason. I'm just a little cuckoo. So yeah, like her thyroid may be functioning normally, but it is pretty big. And if I was her, I would want, and who knows, maybe has grown so large because, like I said, your carotid artery is right there. Maybe it has gotten so large that she runs the risk of of it could be a risky surgery once it gets that big. I don't know. I don't know, but something is behind her attacking a nonprofit for 4 or 5 days. There were so many people who said, look, we get the bags. We get the bags every week. We eat, we take what we want. So one mother on Facebook said, oh, my kids get those bags. I eat the granola bars when they come. Another mother said, well, when the bags come, we just go to the homeless. We go over by where the homeless people are, and we give those bags to the homeless people. We don't even eat them. A couple of other mothers said, wait, hold up. You mean to tell me that they are watching my kids and observing their behavior at school and saying, okay, they may need a baggie? Some parents was like, I don't really have a problem with it, but I don't like the name and I don't like how they're going about issuing the little bags. So, some people agree with her, some people disagree with her, but rather people, I mean, if you go to her comments, the Peach Patch is like, why are you doing this? Like, you've been doing this for 4 or 5 days. You need to give it a rest. We get it. You are mad about what happened. A lot of people are saying, like, you need to wrap this up. You've been doing this for 4 or 5 days. And even for content, it's a little much, right? Because at first, when she first started talking about it, if you look at her numbers on her YouTube and on her TikTok, I know for sure on her Facebook, she was getting like 20, 30,000 views of videos, somewhere around there. A little less, sometimes more. But as soon as she started carrying on and cutting up about the feeding empty little tummy baggies, her views skyrocketed. They were like in the 100,000s. So it did get her up there, but it did not stick because First of all you're doing is railing in on one person. We still don't know 5 days later, and we still do not know why they gave your daughter a baggie. We still don't know. We have deep dived into this. We have picked it apart and put it back together again. People have given their opinions on it. People have went live. People have joined panels. I joined Yo-Yo's panels to talk about it. And we still do not know why the hell did they give your kids those bags? She's definitely acting out, Karen. No, she was live and rushed off because Wood kept calling her. Then her son, she rushed out the library fast. Yes, because Wood, she said Wood kept calling her. And at first, she just kept ignoring the calls. And after the fourth time, that's when she picked up and he told her, hey, get to the casa. CPS is at the house. And I know when CPS got there, they probably said, why in the hell are you here alone with all of these babies? Right? They probably wonder what the hell is going on. Like, is this a daycare? Is this a child care? Even at a daycare, do you know at a daycare, you are only allowed to have 12 kids as a teacher, but it must be an assistant with you. Okay? If you have a child care, you cannot have that many children by yourself. If I open up a daycare today, I cannot have that many children at one time, at once by myself. So why would Peach do that? If Choice is at school, if he goes to school, because we don't know if he's at school, right? If Choice is in school, okay, Choice would either have a 101 or there would be like a 1-to-3 ratio for a classroom with special needs kids. If I am wrong, because I haven't worked at a school, I used to work with special needs kids in the K through 6 setting. I actually worked with special education preschoolers, and that's been over 20 years, so I'm not sure. But at that time, it would be a teacher, and it would be I think the classroom sizes were very small, like maybe like 6, 7, 8 children. It was never a big size. And there would always be a teacher, and there would always be 2 assistants. And those kids, like I said, they weren't even all that much to deal with because we were working with kids who were moderately severe, like they weren't really severe. So, and we only had those kids, a total of 7 hours a day. And we were at school 7 hours a day, but the kids, they would come and they would have like maybe a 3.5 hour session, and then we would get a second group of kids. But there would have to be 2 teachers in the room and 2 assistants in the room. Okay? So how Peach is able to get away with having 9 children, with leaving 9 children on Wood at one time. Sometimes she's taking McKay with her. So he's home with himself by himself with 8 children. That's 2 infants, a toddler, a preschool age child, and then he has a special needs autistic kid on the spectrum. I couldn't do that to my worst enemy. There's no way I would leave all those children with him. She could at least take one of the twins and take Phenomenal with her, right? Or I would at least say, you know what, Gregory McKay, you stay here. I'm going to take Choice, and I'm going to take Phenomenal. Like you take some of the load off and let him take some of the load off. Right? Hey KN, how are you doing today? How is your Tuesday going? I can't believe it's Tuesday. It seems like Friday already. Daycare and home are 2 different things. One parent can raise one. Not I know mothers who have. I know one mom. Did she have 7 boys? She has 7 boys, and she was a single mom. But when I knew her, her kids were all older. And again, to my knowledge, none of her kids were on the spectrum, and she didn't have infant babies at that time. Okay, so I don't know how they're getting away with it because it screams neglect. It just screams a lot is wrong with that. And there's no way in my mind that we can excuse that. Hey, Jazzy, how you doing, boo? Thanks for tuning in. I hope your Tuesday is going well. I saw TPS down to Peach's house, and I'm going live later, guys. And you guys join me. We're gonna talk about some things, ladies. This is gonna be a ladies type of live. Fellas, you could join us too, and I guess you can give your little 2 cents about how you feel about it. We may or we may not acknowledge it. We will acknowledge you. But yes, I have a fun live. This is different. This is way different. You guys know I've been doing lives about my dating shenanigans. Well, I'm thinking about switching some things up. Last year, I kind of got into that just a little bit, but I'm thinking you guys are gonna give me your feelings on it and let me know about your experiences if you had any experiences on this certain topic. We're gonna get into some things tonight, y'all. For real, for real. Okay, what about now? Does it sound muffled now? I'm sorry. So I gotta repeat that. Do I gotta repeat that? Hey, the LV Glam, how are you doing today? Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry, y'all. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Oh, I had my mic covered. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, Chastity, I love that name. Oh my gosh, that is so pretty. Chastity Ingram. Oh my God, that sounds like a character in a book or um, on a movie, Chastity Ingram. And it's like, I'm going to just be honest with you. It gets bad bitch. It gets everything, that name. You can't hear me? Why can't y'all hear me? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. What about now, guys? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me better? Is it still low? Am I still low? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me better. You can hear now? Okay, I'm sorry, guys. What I was saying is that later on, and now I feel like a big buffoon, but later on I'm going to go live, maybe 6:30. I'll be doing a live for the ladies. Fellas, you're welcome to come as well and give your 2 cents if you feel so inclined. And we ladies, we may or may not acknowledge it. But guys, I've been doing a series on my dating shenanigans. I really haven't been doing my dating shenanigans so much in September, but I'm thinking about switching it up. I'm thinking about switching it up. So I want to hear you all's experiences on this subject, and I want to hear your opinions about it. We're going to talk about it tonight at 6, so make sure you tune in for that. However, right now we're talking about Peach, guys. You can hear me loud and clear. Excelente. Excelente. Hey, PM. Peach, is that you? Peach, get out of my live. Peach, get out of my live. If you didn't already, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe. And if you didn't hear the good news, you can also join my memberships. So do that as well, okay? She said, no, ma'am. Let's go head over to her TikTok and let's see if she has posted anything. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I love having me a good technical difficulty, y'all. I'm going to get it together. I'm so ghetto over here. Let's see. Okay, yes, she has updated. Girl, why did she take a picture of this social worker smiling and taking pictures of those kids? Peach is really like crazy for real, for real. Like everything is not a game. Like who I would be embarrassed, quite to be quite honest, if CPS is at my house this often. Like this is not something that you play with. But leave it to Peach.
Drinking? No, my husband has been sober now for 2.5 years.
Do you know if like where this could have come from?
Of course, the internet. I have millions of followers on social media.
Okay. And they are aware of his history, or?
Yeah, I'm very transparent.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about his history?
No, ma'am. It's not important for your report.
Okay. But you said, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But you said no drinking in the past 2 years, you mentioned?
2 years in June, July, August, September. So 2 years, 3 months, 27 months.
What about you?
I've never drank or did drugs a day in my life. We also have previous drug tests on file, but I'll be more than happy to take one right now for you. Okay. And my husband will too.
Okay, wonderful. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Our pleasure.
We'll do that after I go through everything, okay?
Not a problem.
It says, so the report that we got was for leaving the children unattended, without supervision. It mentions that the children are always in the care of the father, who is an alcoholic, even though, and that you are aware of his drinking. That he sleeps all day, he's not able to care for the children, and that he leaves other children to care for your other children. So, are you aware of any drinking?
No, my husband.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna play that again, girl. Y'all. They done said, I want to know what the test comes back as. Cause do she know? How does she know if Wood drinks or drugs or not? We know he smokes cigarettes. You don't know what that man do when he's not with you. You don't know if he drinks or not. You don't know if while you're gone out cavorting around town doing content, quote unquote, working downtown down to the library, Liberrie, not library, library, okay? You don't know what that man is doing at home. And every time you leave, he sleep. Every time we see him, he sleep. We don't know what them kids are doing. I think that's so funny. I'm going to play it again, guys, if you didn't catch that. Let me play that one more time. That's crazy. That's Now, we know that somebody on the internet did this. If they had said something else, if they had said something which I thought would have been the case, I thought maybe the school called, because she always jumps to the conclusion that it's someone on the internet. However, this gives that somebody either told this to the school or they told this to the felt organization, or somebody just got tired of her BS and said, you know what, this is what I think is going on. I'm going to intervene, okay, on the behalf of these children. They should have told them how she have them outside at 3 a.m. so she could work out. That seems like neglect to me. But yes, I believe somebody on the internet did do this, because in my opinion, if someone at the school had called, they would have honed in on Peach's uh, erratic behavior, right? Let me know if you agree. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it was the school or someone of that nature who called in on her, or put a 2 in the chat if you think it was one of her internet haters. But listen, I'm going to go back to the video because I was giggling throughout. And I'm going to try to play it for you guys without laughing this time. Okay.
It says, so the report that we got was for leaving the children unattended, without supervision. It mentions that the children are always in the care of the father, who is an alcoholic, even though, and that you are aware of his drinking. That he sleeps all day, he's not able to care for the children, and that he leaves other children to care for your other children. So, are you aware of any drinking?
No, my husband has been sober now for 2.5 years.
Do you know if, like, where this could have come from?
Of course, the internet. I have millions of followers on social media.
Okay. And they are aware of his history, or?
Yeah, I'm very transparent.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about his history?
No, ma'am. It's not important for your report.
Okay. But you said, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But you said no drinking in the past 2 years, you mentioned?
2 years in June, July, August, September. So 2 years, 3 months, 27 months.
What about you?
I've never drank or did drugs a day in my life. We also have previous drug tests on file, but I'll be more than happy to take one right now for you. Okay. And my husband will too.
Okay, wonderful. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Our pleasure.
We'll do that.
Yeah, I bet you would take a drug test, and your husband will too. Huh. So it looks like The majority of you feel like it was a internet hater that called in on Peach. But Karen says Peach called herself. Karen, that is, she probably did, because you know that she likes to when it's getting a little hot in the kitchen, and when the peach patch starts turning on her. If you notice that, right? She'll do something like all of a sudden CPS will show up at her house just out of nowhere. And she does this for sympathy when she wants the peach patch to come back to her side, because she knows when she's losing her grip. You think she called because he sleeps all day? She could have called. Right, Chastity. That's her Cindy voice. My pleasure. We sure will like to take one of those tests. We would be happy to. I would, and my husband would. I bet you would, honey. Baby, you might get the shock of your life. You feel like she called on herself as well, Tasha? Keela Will. Hey, Keela Will. Thanks for tuning in. She agrees with that. Okay, a lot of you think that she called in on herself. What's good, shopper girl? How are you doing today? Girl, I don't know if they can make her take a pregnancy test, but I would be interested to see how that comes out. KN says, do I think she was showing the video she posted of her going into school with those bags going off? What what would that have to do with the allegations? Which allegations, KN? Oh, you changed it too? Yes, that's what she does when she wants to sound like she's intelligent, and when she wants to come off as unbothered, when she wants to seem like she's level headed, right? Which she is none of those things. We have seen for ourselves. We have seen her crash out on social media. We have seen Peach go in on family members, go in on Wood. We have seen her crash out at least once a month. At least once a month. It may be a mini crash out, it may be a atomic crash out, okay? But this is par for the course with Peach. Just think about it. If you have been watching Peach, if you don't watch her and you watch the reactors commentary on Peach, Peach will crash out, whether it be on a Walmart manager because she couldn't get a backpack for $5 that she knew was not $5. Whether it be at Popeyes because they didn't give her uh, all of her chicken. Whether it be at Wood because he's not watching the kids to her standards, right? Whatever the reason, it could be on another content creator. Um, we've seen her go at content creators. She'll start things with people and get people riled up and then hide her hands or get quiet like she didn't do anything. This is par for the course with Peach. So, nothing new. You think Wood called? Put a 4 in the chat if you think Wood called CPS on Peach. I bet Wood did. He wants out of there. He is tired. Wood is good and tired. He wants out like yesterday. Hey, Wendy. Let me go back up. She's so nasty with how she talks to people. She has this diabolical, evil voice. She sure does. She loves playing the villain, My Little Family. Thanks for joining. If you've been here before, I didn't recognize you, but thanks for joining. Angela Garcia, thank you for joining the live today as well. Thank you all, the new people who stopped by. If you would do so, please hit the subscribe button as well and the like button. I have 46 likes. I got 72 people in here, so let's match the likes with the viewers, please. But yes, I would call if I was tired of watching those kids. I told you guys, I've said it many times. If I was Wood, I would have been like, I'm going to go get some milk, or I'm going to go get a pack of cigarettes, and Peach wouldn't see me. Peach wouldn't see me again. I would be gone. For real. And then I would probably go and file for joint custody. But I would leave that house. Like, give me, you take the kids 1 week, I take them 1 week. I'll film my own content then. I'll film my own content because I couldn't do it with her. There's no way. I don't, you know something has to be wrong with Wood. It has to be. Because ain't no way in hell any man that had good sense would put up with that mess. There's no way. Mm-mm. If CPS is at Peach McIntyre house, she called them on herself because her views is down and everything else is going wrong. Wendy Jones, I was just saying that, you know, it's logical to think that. It's logical to have that opinion because we know when the things get a little too hot for Peach, when she wants to, you know, switch the narrative or when she wants a little bit more sympathy, then we'll see CPS show up. We've seen that. We've seen it repeatedly. And if you could hear as well, her voice was cracking a little bit. So she's definitely weakened herself by going in on Lakewood Ranch and on Felt. You know, I don't know how she thought that was going to turn out or how that was going to work in her favor because she's shows such a lack of empathy for her followers and she has put so much negativity out into the world using her platform. So why would she think that anyone would feel any type of way? I guess because it worked for her in December. Remember when, or was it January? When was it? February? It was one of them months. I think it was February when she had to go to. This year has been a. This has been a year, right? It was one of those months. Money getters. When did she go to court to eviction court this year? Um, Remember how she left eviction court and instead of accepting accountability and instead of her taking the blame from not paying her rent, she found a way to blame black women. It was so many black women saying this and saying that, saying put her out. Peach, they didn't want you there anyway. The lawyer said, if you guys leave, we're trying to get her out of here. We can't evict her because you guys are in here. The judge said he would proceed if you guys leave. They wanted her out of there anyway. They didn't want her money. She paid the rent up. She even paid more money, if you can recall. She was paying the rent. She was late, but then she started paying it on time. But they didn't want her there. They gave her an extra 30 days. She had to pay the legal fees. She had to pay the attorney's fees. And she had to pay the rent. She had come up off like an extra $3,500 outside of her rent. And they was like, "Nah, we good. We don't want you here." And she took that opportunity to blame black women. It was our fault that instead of Peach paying her rent, she decided to go and buy Disney season passes. That was on us. That was our fault. Peach had the money to pay her rent, and instead of her ensuring that her children would have somewhere to sleep, she thought it would be better to get them Disney season passes. But that was our fault. She wants free daycare. Wood cleaned his urine. I know, right? Because she said we would both be happy to take a test. Come on now, you don't know what weed stays in your system about 30 days. Alcohol, I know weed stays 30 days. I'm not sure about alcohol and most narcotics. Um, if you get, but they have blood and urine cleansing. Who knows? He may have some of peach pea. If you guys know, like I know, if you know, you know, right? You can take somebody else pee and switch it off. It's not like that CPS worker is going to stand there and watch Wood take the test. He's going to go behind a closed door and take it, right? Always the victim. Her mama made her take a bath in her dirty bath water. Everybody called her fat and what they call her, big, good. That's what they used to call her, big, Yeah. Would cheated on her. Would beat it on her. Yep. Right. No one has to call on her. She's all over the internet. She doesn't know. See, that's the thing. She doesn't know who is coming across her videos. I can see it. Someone on here said, well, if you're a parent, you can have as many children as you want. But someone else may look at that and have the same impression that I do. I didn't call CPS on Peach. I don't come from that type of stock. You don't call people. You don't call them people on somebody unless you know that there is abuse going on. And although I don't agree with how they run their household, and although I feel like it is neglectful to leave all those children with Wood, I don't see like physical abuse happening. I don't sense that that's what's going on. I don't sense that they're starving the kids, something like that. If I saw something like that, then I would be like, you know what? I would pray about it and that I wasn't wrong. And, but I would go with my gut and I would make a phone call if I saw anybody, that's Peach or anybody else. If I felt like children were being harmed in any way, I'm going to call because there's so many kids that things happen to them, even on the internet. There was a couple of parents, and they were abusing their children, and the internet called CPS on them, and they found out that the children were, I think, being starved. They were being tied up or something like that. It was a lot going on. So I feel like I'm not saying that it's being malicious if somebody calls in on Peach. I'm just saying I haven't saw enough to call, even though I don't think that she should leave the kids home with Wood. Um, I still don't see enough from to make me feel like I should be, I should call. Do you think it was just some of her haters? To be honest, my little family could be. That's always that can always be the case as well. Well, we won't know if he didn't take the drug test. It's not like Peach is gonna tell us, Marie. It's not like we're gonna know. But the CPS worker said yes. Okay, after we finish all of that, we are gonna take the test. Mm-hmm. Right. She's gonna call one time too many, and they are going to do a little bit more. Last time when people were calling, she had to take each and every one of those kids down to the office, and she had to get each one of those kids checked out by the doctor. Now that only happens if your children haven't been going to the doctor. So we know that, which is neglect. If your children have been seeing their doctor regularly, if they have been getting shots regularly, then you wouldn't have to take them to get that assessment. All of her children, one by one, had to go in and they had to be checked by the doctor. So if her children have been, and I know at least phenomenal, um, I was going to say Woodrow. I wonder why she didn't name one of her boys Woodrow. I know phenomenal, amazing, and wonderful. They should still be having like those yearly checkups. All children should have yearly checkups, but especially her younger children, right? But she had to take all of her kids, except for the twins who were in the NICU, and the CPS worker also went to the NICU to check that out. And that may be one reason why those kids haven't been back at Disneyland. Because if you notice, when Amazing Life had to be airlifted to the hospital, and then at the same time, one of those infants had to be at in the hospital with seizures. I'm quite sure. Quite sure that raised a red flag because we don't see those children out at Disneyland anymore, and those season tickets, they're about due. She got those season tickets right before Thanksgiving or right around Thanksgiving last year. So really, they only went to Disney from about November until about April. April. Remember? Because it was around her birthday and Wood's birthday. Because Wood had went to Vegas on his own and he ended up having to turn around and come back because two of the children were in the hospital. Remember that? So yeah. Those Disney tickets are up. So if they haven't been to Disney since what? Her birthday and which was in April and that's as far as I remember, that's the last time they went in April. It's May, June, July, August, September. We're at October. We're knocking October at the door. That's 6 months. And then if you got them in November, you only have like a month, about 45 days to use those Disney tickets before you have to uh, shell out another 13K if that's what you paid last time. 13K. So really you spent 13,000, got evicted, and you only used those season passes for about 6 months. 5 months actually. Yeah, 5 months. A waste of money. A waste of money. Yes, amazing. Hey, Cece, yes, he did get sick the last time they went. And I wonder what was he sick with that he had to stay in the hospital for? I wonder did he have COVID or some type of respiratory illness, right? And with her having them around all those different people, those little babies around all those different people, there's no telling exactly what they were exposed to in actuality, right? Thank you, G Mom Money Getter. How you doing? Everybody say hi to my mom. G Mom Money Getter is in the building, guys. She's my moderator. Please hit the like button. I got 107 people in here chilling with me. Thank you, guys. I know it's the afternoon. You guys are probably finishing up at work. East Coast, it's almost 7 o'clock. I know you guys are getting your dinner ready, probably helping your children with homework, and you listening to me in one ear and attending to your babies in the other ear. Shout out to you guys. Replay gang, shout out to you. 111 people in the Chizat. What's good? This call is from someone that knows them. This allegation has been reported before by her neighbor. What? Sharice, what's good? Thanks for tuning in and dropping that tea. What? I hope so too, KN, because bottom line, Nom Nom is not talking at this point, and I have not heard her say a word about early intervention services for him. If your child is not speaking, and when we talk about Peach, I know I have other moms listening in as well, and so I like to drop nuggets for you all as well. Not saying that that's any of the mommy money getters, because I already know the money getters is on point. But if you know a friend who's not on point, or a family member, or if you just didn't know, if your child is not speaking and saying at least 2 or 3 words by the time they are 18 months old, get them to the pediatrician and start the process of getting them speech services, because you can turn a lot around if you get that early intervention. And we have not seen Peach say anything about Phenomenal receiving any services. And these services, the person would come to the home at his age. At least that's how it's done in California. And I believe that, let me know, my Florida money getters, let me know if I'm off base. But if you know better than I do, also let me know, because I don't know everything. And I'm not in Florida. I'm not a Florida resident, so I don't know. But I know we have like the regional center here in California. That's what it's called. If your child has special needs, if they are, if they need speech services, if they are autistic, the regional center will step in and assist you with your child until they are about 3 years old. And once they are 3, then they will go to special education. She's not tapping into all of her resources, because I bet you Amazing Life, with his missing what is it? Corpus, what is it? What is it? Colossoma, the what? I don't know. Put it in the chat for me. What is he missing, y'all? The colossum? Shoot, I don't know what it is. What is it? What is that baby missing? Whatever it is, she needed to carry him down to the regional center and say, hey, my son needs some services. He needs them too. Because ain't no way that he's missing a portion of his brain and everything is everything. She needed to make sure everything is kosher with him as well. Take him down there, and if they have services available, let him get access to that as well. Otherwise, you're going to be just right where you are with gorgeous, McIntyre, McKay, and amazing. You should have learned your lesson by now. Get those babies, the little babies, to baby steps, first steps, whatever it's called. Take them down to the regional center too, because they're not crawling yet. Their birthday is October, Peach. Them babies are going to be one soon. They should be crawling. This is not a laughing matter. This is not coming at Peach foul. This is serious business. She needs to take those babies to their pediatrician and have them referred. I think that your doctor has to make a referral to for these services. I'm not sure. Maybe she can self-refer. Whatever the case, she needs to figure it out and get those babies early intervention. And that's no that's no shade at all. I'm not being shady. What's good, yo yo? Yo yo came through with the super chat. I know that's right. I know that's right, sis. You tired today? Yo yo. Yo yo is a beast at this stuff. Yo yo was up. We were, and then she came and joined my live. And then we were up. That's what kind of supporter you want if you're a content creator. Yo Yo has a mentorship coming up for the fall. If you're a content creator and you did not, I was at this content stuff for like 2 years. Me and Yo Yo, we locked in at the beginning of this year. She was interested in some of the things I knew about affiliate marketing and things like that. She had me come over to her channel to talk to her channel about that. And ever since then, we've been locked in. We email each other often. We talk. We're, it's like we're family. We really like family over here. We disagree sometimes. I don't always agree. She don't always agree with me, but we both stand our ground. We both hold our ground, and we still keep rocking with each other. And that's how it should be. You don't always have to agree, but you can be an adult and you can say, okay, well, that's how you feel. This is how I feel. We still good. But what I want to say is I'm grateful to her and all of the support, because much more than the tips and the things that she gave me real support. And I love her for that. I love that she just, for no reason, even before I was like in her Streamers University, she was like, sis, whatever you need from me, I don't care what it is. It don't even have to be about this content stuff. I'm here for you. And she would just send me emails. I saw you do this. I like that. I like how you did this. So if you've been on the fence about getting with Yo-Yo, get off the fence, okay? I got my stuff together and I finally got monetized this month. So you can send me a super chizat. Go ahead and do that. Or you can join the membership. Or you can just like. Just hit the like button or subscribe. But yeah, after all